Howdy there, young and Silver Mongoose here, back again, finally. And probably the last time you guys saw my face on YouTube was probably the last time I cut my hair. It's been a long time, and I still have my vacation beard going on here. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was my channel in 2013, my channel for 2014, and I kind of wanted to just have a little chat with you guys, just a bit of a kind of a vlog update. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why my channel was so inactive in 2013, and without getting too personal, because I'm a pretty private guy as far as YouTube is concerned. 2013 was a very important year for me. It was a very big year, probably one of the most important years of my life. A lot of great things happened, a lot of terrible things happened, and a lot of things that were neutral but very different happened. So it was a very big year for me personally. You know, a lot of changes, a lot of personal growth, just a whole mess of things happened in my personal life. And obviously, real life and my personal life takes precedent over YouTube, so you know, YouTube was put on the back burner. And even outside of my personal life, all the stuff going on in the gaming industry kind of discouraged me a little bit. I mean, for a long time, video games has been like a big passion of mine. If you watch my videos, you can probably tell. But all the stuff that was going on with the now current generation, so the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One, was not really doing it for me. I mean, the Wii U was interesting, but it didn't excite me in the same way that the GameCube or, you know, the Wii excited me. And a lot of the stuff going on with the PS4 and the Xbox One, with all the changes and all the restrictions and all that kind of stuff, you know, if anybody, you know, keeps up with gaming news, you know that especially the Xbox One had a lot of really bad ideas, and I think honestly Sony was going to do a lot of those bad ideas as well, but they were lucky enough to go second and not follow through with a lot of them. That's what I suspect. But the whole industry from last generation, you know, from 2006 to now, has slowly been changing to ways that I don't prefer. And part of that is just because I think I'm just, you know, I'm getting older, and I grew up in a time where, you know, you put in your game into the system, you turn it on, there's, you know, one logo, and then you play your game. And, you know, I don't want to get too, you know, old manish about the changes in the industry and stuff, but what I'll just say is that in the past generation, I found myself growing more and more out of what the average gamer was. You know, I'm not the average gamer, and that became more and more apparent as time went on. And then all the changes with PS4 and Xbox One, I mean, honestly, in my honest opinion, the PS4 and the Xbox One provide you with almost less than the Xbox 360 or the PS3 did. And like I said, the Wii was interesting, but it didn't really excite me in the same way that the Wii did, you know, back in the day. So even though the new generation was coming, this was the first generation where I just didn't care. And all those things combined, and a bunch of other things in the industry as well, kind of made me, you know, fall out of love with the hobby, and I kind of lost my passion for it. And I went, you know, up and down where I cared and I didn't care, and for me to not care about one of my main hobbies, it's kind of a big deal. And if I don't have any passion for the hobby, I'm obviously not going to have passion for making the videos that are related to that hobby. It just makes sense. So that was one of the reasons as well. I mean, now I'm enjoying the industry and the hobby again, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to, and I could make a whole video about that, but I won't. I've already talked enough about that. So that was another reason why I didn't really make that many videos. And when I finally did get the, energy and the passion and the, enthusiasm to make a video, so many technical problems would happen. Anyone who, has, been reading comments or, watching my videos for years, or is maybe a friend of mine on my Silver Mongoose Facebook, you know that I go through a lot of technical difficulties. My laptop I bought in 2006. It was a bad laptop when I bought it. It only has a gig of RAM. The operating system takes a gig of RAM, so anybody, just so if you don't know anything about computers, basically that means you have no memory to run anything. So your computer crashes all the time, and it's super slow, and there's times where, just my fridge going there, there were times where, opening, checking my email, took forever. I felt like I was on dial-up. So it's like my entire computer was on dial-up, I guess is the best way to kind of explain how slow my computer was. And then I would finally, get the program to work, and the program would crash, and my whole computer would crash, and even a 2-minute video took me almost an entire weekend to edit, the Retro City Rampage one. And sometimes when I finally did process a video, there'd be errors in it, things wouldn't render properly, or they would render properly on my computer, but then I'd put them on YouTube, and for some reason, even though the video looked fine on my computer, on YouTube it would be completely messed up, where things wouldn't transition properly, so all the timing was off. So that was just so discouraging. And then even despite all that, I was going to be taking a solid month off for my vacation for Christmas holidays. Just because my job is, I work a lot, during the summer. At one point I worked, I think, almost 3 weeks. I wasn't even home. I was on the road and doing work, and long days, sometimes an 18-hour day or so. So I had a lot of time to take off for Christmas. So I had basically a month off, and I was planning on spending a lot of that editing videos. I said I'm going to record all this footage, and then I'm going to bring it all with me on my laptop when I'm on vacation or whatever, just chilling at home, and I'm going to edit these videos. And the day before my vacation, the day before I leave to go see my family, my computer won't turn on anymore. And so whenever I finally got to where I was going for my vacation, I couldn't edit videos. I didn't have any videos, and I finally got my computer to work, but I didn't have any of the files because they were on an external hard drive. So that was really discouraging as well. And finally I just snapped. And even though I don't make a lot of money, I had to buy a new laptop. I should have bought one in 2008, a new one, and it's 2014 now. So I finally bought a brand new laptop, and then I was excited because I had an HD 720p camera, webcam, which is actually better than the camera I'm recording on now. This one isn't even HD. It's a few years before HD was really popular, and it's garbage. It's way worse than this, and I'm going to be calling the people who sold me the laptop, because it's not HD. They say it's crystal clear, it's like you're really there, and it looks worse than the bad webcam I had in my 2006 terrible laptop. So that was really discouraging as well. So all these technical problems, and then when I got back from vacation, my internet wasn't working, so I had to spend 3 or 4 hours fixing that. It's just like technical error after technical error, and it's just so discouraging. So between my computer dying, all my computer problems, my personal things, working so much, and kind of having a poor relationship with the industry as a whole, 2013 was not a good year for my videos. And finally, when I did when I did finally do a video and I'd go to put it up, all the changes with YouTube. I mean, I know it's a free service. They could do whatever they want, but I don't have to like it, obviously. And all the Google Plus integration and just all the stuff going on with YouTube was really discouraging as well. I mean, and then also part of it is that a lot of my videos aren't really relevant anymore. Whenever I first started making my videos, when I did my my memories video, it was, as far as I could tell, the only one on YouTube. Whenever I was doing my buyer's guide / reviews, they were the only videos that were doing specifically that. That's why I made them, because there was nothing there. Nobody was talking about all those things in one video. Nobody was talking about the prices, for one thing. And so part of the problem is a lot of other people do those videos too. And some of the things I talked about, like, pricing is irrelevant now, because prices change so radically. Before, I'd say maybe between 2005 and 2007, between 2000, I'd say maybe 2008 and 2010, the prices for the gaming things they were just crazy. They were fluctuating, and sometimes going up, going down, some systems staying the same. So the pricing thing became irrelevant too. So it was just really discouraging. And then another issue too is some of the footage I recorded for the videos I was going to make over my holidays might have not worked properly. There's like no audio in some parts and everything, so it's just error after error. So 2013, not a good year. In summary, I mean, I've talked for 12 minutes about how 2013 sucked, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys some perspective on that. So that being said, I do have a new laptop now. So what I want to do is, I mean, I probably said this every year, and I know a lot of YouTubers say this, I want to do better this year, I want to put out more content, and I do. And I do have some footage from maybe 3 videos that I wanted to put together. It's going to be a bit slow going because I'm going to be using new editing software, and there's probably a pretty steep learning curve. And also my new laptop has a different operating system, so I have to learn that. And there's a bunch of things I have to learn, and the videos I'm doing are going to be pretty simple for a while, just so I can get a hang of my editing and whatnot. And just before somebody asks, I currently do not have any plans to do another buyer's guide / review. I may, I'm very, very slowly getting myself in the mood to do another one, but they take so long. I sometimes spend 20 hours just reading up on a system and researching it and whatnot. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, that's for sure. But I do still plan on doing them at some point. I just don't know when. So yeah, in summary, 2013, not good for YouTube. Hopefully 2014 will be good for YouTube. And I guess I'm just rambling now. So hopefully another video will come out soon. I have a few of them coming out. One about just a really simple video on a pirated GBA game. One on something I'm calling Majora's Crafts. It's a hard word to say, crafts. And there's another couple of videos that I'm going to be working on very shortly. So I'm coming up on 15 minutes now. So I will just say Happy New Year, everyone, and here's to 2014, and hopefully a much better year for YouTube. This has been Silver Mongoose Videos, and remember, classic gaming never gets old.